What's up, beauties? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey there, welcome. My name is Joy, the Beauty Butterfly. Today we're going to showcase the beauty in baking. One of my favorite things to do is bake alongside, beauty and gaming and music. But all of those things for me are very therapeutic. So I really like to get lost in the hobbies that I enjoy because it's almost a form of meditating for me. Sometimes you're thinking so hard on what you're doing that honestly, you're not thinking about your stress, your day-to-day worries, and it helps with anxiety for me at least. So this is one of my favorite things to do, and this was actually a birthday gift for someone, but it is a perfect idea for a cute homemade Valentine's gift or a Valentine's treat for your family or even your special boo. Literally any special somebody or just somebody who loves chocolate and loves getting Valentine's gifts. Now, as you can see, I have already poured in my cake mix and I'm just getting all my ingredients ready to go. Now, I add vanilla in all my box mixes. It just, to me, gives that more homemade flavor, that little oomph of vanilla. You know what I'm talking about if you bake. So regardless if it has it in it or not, I'm still gonna add it. I always add 1 or 2 extra eggs. I like the spongy consistency and the fluffiness that the eggs give. So why not add a little more with the box cake? That's just how I think. So I always add 1 or 2 more. In this case, it called for 2 eggs. I added 3. It called for 1 cup of water instead of water. If you saw my previous chocolate cookie recipe, you will know I love adding coffee with my chocolate because it is a chocolate enhancer, like a flavor enhancer, if you will. So the coffee just brings out that chocolate flavor. Not enough to have caffeine and to make you jittery or anything like that. It's an instant coffee that I watered down, but it still gives you that more chocolatey, decadent taste that I'm going for. Also, the cake mix that I'm using is a devil's food, so it already has a little more baking soda in it. It's going to be a little more fluffier. Also, that light and airy theme that we're going with, because I want the main decadent part of this cake to be the ganache topping and the candy that goes on top. So with the airy and the light cake, you'll have, that better contrast, and it kind of doesn't make you feel as guilty when you're eating it, So we really can have our cake and eat it too, alrighty? But I am going to do a little extra, and I'm going to mix this with my little immersion blender with my whisk attachment because I do want to make sure that it is nice and light and airy and smooth, and I'm whipping it up just a little more because it doesn't hurt, and that's really it. Now I am going to have all of the ingredients and the way that I did this recipe listed in the description below, but it is just a box cake mix, so you can really just follow the instructions as is and then decorate it accordingly. You get the same outcome as far as looks go, but you can always add different flavors too, and I added vanilla extract, but you could also add maybe an almond extract or any kind of flavor that you like, maybe a orange liqueur or something, because orange and chocolate just go amazingly together. But the possibilities are really endless when it comes to add-ins and flavors. You can even go up one and do spices. Cinnamon is another one, nutmeg, some kind of allspice or star anise. Literally, I could keep going, but you get what I mean. So make it your own, try new things, and I think you would be pleasantly surprised at the outcome. So I cheated a little bit and I did make another box off camera, again using the same technique, same ingredients as I did before, just to keep with the same flavor, making sure everything is consistent. And I just wanted to make sure that the level of my cake was the level I wanted it to be, just because cake rises but also it does settle, so I want to make sure these are nice and thick and full and that they are the same height, because I am going to be cutting the round cake in half to create a heart shape with the square cake, and needing to only carve it just a little bit, but still I want to make sure that they're both level with each other. So essentially both these pans got one box of cake mix. The square is a little thicker, so I didn't add as much to that one, but 2 total cake boxes is what I used for this recipe. When I'm using box mix, I am using the recommended temperature and recommended cooking time on the back of the box. Now, just because I did make alterations, sometimes there's more liquid, more eggs, I do start checking it 5 minutes early just to make sure that I'm gauging how much it may need to be cooked. But also ovens are different, so always start checking a little early and just see how it is. So if it's not wiggly, you just want it to be set in the middle. After these cooled, I did put them in the fridge until the next day. Once I finish getting the cakes level with each other, I am going to use a simple syrup. It is going to be my little version of a simple syrup, so I'm going to use condensed milk, sugar, and vanilla. I am going to warm that up on the stove so that it's nice and smooth and there's no granulated sugar bits in there, and that is going to be how I keep my cake moist. And I'm not using enough to make this like a tres leches cake where it's very wet. I'm just using it like a simple syrup, so only enough to give it moisture and have it hold its moisture after it's been decorated and chilled. One day we will freely be able to sing any and every song we want to on any of our videos without being flagged. Until then, I definitely do sing a lot, so most of my videos I do have to mute, but that's just me, and in the background I'm always listening to music. I love music. Leave me a comment, let me know what your favorite song is right now, because I love listening to new music and stuff that I haven't heard, and maybe I have heard the artist but maybe I don't know the song. So leave me in the comments, let me know what your favorite song is right now, or what genre you're listening to that's your favorite. Now this, of course, I should have definitely cut it and placed it on the tray before I did my simple syrup, but you know, it is what it is. It works out fine. I set these in the fridge after I used the simple syrup, so everything did set and firm up, so it wasn't like it was very hard to maneuver at all. But once I did get it on the serving tray, I just went ahead and reshaped the heart pieces, like the curved humps. My humps, my humps, my humps. I couldn't resist, guys. And so after that, I just made sure everything was level together. And as you can see, I am not wasting any bits. I'm keeping all of my scraps so that I can eventually make some cake pops with it. I haven't decided just yet what I was gonna do with them, but I did end up making some chocolate truffles, and I posted a short video with that, and it is a really easy recipe, so I will definitely leave a link for that below so anybody can go check that little short out if you want to make some truffles instead of just making a whole cake. Once I have the cake positioned to my liking and the shape that I like, I'm just gonna go back over any imperfections or cracks or holes and fill it in with the extra cake scraps. Making the ganache topping is really simple. You just need 8 ounces of heavy whipping cream. You're gonna get that as hot as possible. You don't necessarily want it to boil because you don't want it to burn on the bottom, but you do want it really hot so that you can pour 1 bag of semi-sweet chips into it and it will melt. Now, be patient because it will come together. Just need to keep stirring it and you got this. Now, I use semi-sweet to make it not so sweet, but the possibilities are endless. Again, you can make even a white chocolate ganache, and the contrasting colors would be beautiful. Anything is your choice. This one was perfect. It did not taste too sweet and it went perfectly with the devil's food. There really is no specific way to decorate the cake. The idea that I had was just a very rustic, light drip effect that I wanted to do. But of course, you could do this however. You could even use store-bought frosting instead of making your own topping. But the possibilities, again, are endless. This is a very versatile recipe and really easy to do. And of course, you can even put candy in your cake mix. I decided that I was going to use my candy to decorate the top. And with that, I just wanted to make sure that it all looked even and symmetrical and that it had a nice flow. So I decided to decorate the outside of the heart instead of just everywhere. But again, your preference, your style cake. I went over this with just a base layer and then I did go over it again just to thicken up that nice ganache topping. And that's really all, guys. I really am so happy that you came and watched my recipe video, and I will have all of the recipe info and my little tips in the description below. And I really, really, really hope you give me a comment and a like and a share to anybody who might want to try this recipe, or maybe they have a boo they want to cook this for. And it is also so warming, especially when I receive a homemade gift, that I know that your loved ones would love to have something that's homemade and really made from the heart. And it's shaped like a heart. Again, thanks to everybody who tuned in, subscribers, new and old, people just watching in the background. Hey, how are you? Thanks, welcome. Glad you came by and watched. Love if you would give me a like, possibly consider subscribing. I've got more videos to come, lots of food videos, more beauty in every and anything. I am gonna go ahead and let you guys just enjoy watching the rest of me decorate this cake. But again, thank you, and as always, beauties, stay high like the butterflies.